now, so I've just done my video. I want to do something that's to do with wrestling. I want to get back on my subject to wrestling again. So I'm going to do a wee roundup. Not done my review in the Great American Bash. I had one done, but I didn't. Everybody was pretty much saying the same thing, so I thought I'd save people 9 minutes rambling on. I thought it was pretty decent actually. I didn't think it was a bad pay-per-view by any stretch. There was matches that were lacking direction and lacking purpose. But on the whole, I think the pay-per-view done its job. It didn't create anything new, but it also didn't drag anything old on either. The John Cena Bobby Lashley, I was glad that was kept to a one-off fight. The match itself wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, John Cena, for the first time in his time as WWE Champion, carried somebody else to a good match. When you look at Cena's old biggest matches, like when he was fighting Kurt Angle, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, all these guys carried Cena to a good match. But in this case, he was in the ring with somebody who was talented as him, or maybe even less so with Lashley. So it was down to him to carry the buck and carry a bit of impetus, and he done it. And I'm normally the first to criticise John Cena, but based on that match, I think it started off pretty sloppy, and then towards the end it picked up. There was plenty of near falls, and it was quite gripping stuff. The crowd were right into it as well, and surprisingly they were cheering John Cena. He was getting massive cheers, and it was added to the match, because the match itself, I wasn't sure if the fans were going to boo them out of the building, or they were going to respect the wrestlers. I wouldn't have blamed them if they did boo, because of the work that both guys have put in. But people have to remember it isn't their fault. I think when people are booing John Cena, they're not really booing John Cena. They're more, to me, it seems more directly they're booing the WWE management and the creative team for booking it. John Cena gets told that he goes out to win a match. He's not going to argue with that. At the end of the day, it's more money to him. It's a business. WWE is a business. So when people start hating on John Cena, they don't make it clear that if they were in the same position, they'd probably do the exact. In fact, they would do the exact same. It's like the jobbers in WWE. Until they leave, they've got to do what they're told. If they're getting told to lose a match, they have to lose a match. It's just part of the business. It's the way it goes, and I don't care if you like John Cena or you hate John Cena. He's just doing his job in the ring, and I'm not a big fan of John Cena. Personally, I think his ring talent's very limited, but and I've said this in all videos, John Cena's a stale champion, and that's, to me, one of the reasons why the ratings are going down. Although my major reasoning is because the WWE is a bad image just now. The steroid thing, ever since that, you look at the ratings, since the steroids, the first steroid news came to the press, that was when the ratings suddenly started sweeping down. So you keep all this in mind. Don't blame John Cena for where he's at, blame the management. And it looks like he might drop the title to Randy Orton at SummerSlam anyway. Fingers crossed for that. Other goings on the card. Jeff Hardy and Umaga was a fucking brilliant match. I thought that was the best match of the night. The Dirty White Boy said it as well. It was different. It was Umaga was one. I think it was Umaga's best match in the WWE, bar none. And Jeff Hardy as well. Jeff Hardy sometimes comes off as a bit of a spot monkey, but there was some decent chain wrestling, and they booked it the way I wanted them to book it, with the big guy against the little guy sort of motion. But Jeff Hardy, he was on the offence. He got a lot of offence in, and that made the match 10 times more exciting than any of their past meetings. I don't like it when the squash matches happen. I didn't like the squash when Umaga just absolutely destroyed Jeff Hardy. Although I could understand it because WrestleMania was around the corner. But in retrospect, I'm glad, and it looks like Jeff Hardy's going to win the Intercontinental title now at SummerSlam with this whole stupid jackass angle being scrapped. I think that'd be pretty. I think Hardy deserves it. He's had some good matches. The one night stand ladder match was good. His pay-per-view matches have been right up to scratch. I mean, fair enough, he has the odd sloppy match on Raw, SmackDown, but in general, when it comes to the big matches, he does produce. His brother Matt, I thought his match for MVP was pretty rubbish. Wasn't rubbish, but it wasn't great either. There was some MVP still looks very slack in the ring. He's definitely not the finished article. He's got good music. He's got a good personality and character about him. But once that bell starts even, then it looks lost. and he looks like he needs people to carry him in the ring, and that's not healthy for a guy that's been touted as a future star for the next year. And the other thing as well with MVP is he doesn't have any ring psychology about him at all. He just sort of dwindles about. And Matt Hardy, I mean, I'd like to see Matt Hardy get a world title push now. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Nobody on SmackDown deserves a push more than him. And it looks like at SummerSlam it's going to be the Batista against Great Khali as well. No, Khali won it. He won it to the American Bash, and I just feel like he's not the worst. I think he's. It depends. People are saying he's the worst champion ever. I think it depends. I'm sorry, I've got a sore throat today, man. He's not. I wouldn't say he's the worst champion, but I wouldn't say that he's a particularly strong champion. He's definitely in the top 10 of worst champions ever. In terms of buy rate, we'll need to wait, give it a few weeks. Nobody can judge how the ratings are for a few weeks. It doesn't look like it's going to be very beneficial. But it looks like Batista will win the title back at SummerSlam. The whole Batista getting title shots at every pay-per-view is boring. It's just so boring. It's just putting so much emphasis on how many stars that SmackDown's lacking just now. And they really need somebody to step in and freshen things up, and hopefully Rey Mysterio can do that when he comes back. And we have to hope that WWE book him properly and don't muck his return up at all. Because if he loses heat, that is the last thing SmackDown need. They need major stars in out. I'd say they should have him brief feud with Chavo, and that could get Chavo's reputation up as well. Build 2 stars for the price he won. And now that Chavo's lost the Cruiserweight title, he could have a grudge match with Rey Mysterio, and the Cruiserweight title would bring the... Saying that, the Cruiserweight title could really do with a bit of importance again. With Hornswoggle win that title at the Great American Bash, it's just turned the title into a complete fucking joke. And it's, when you look at the past history and the landmarks of that title, the Rey Mysterio Dean Malenko matches, the Eddie Guerrero, the Brian Pillman, Jushin Thunder Liger matches, it shits in their legacies. It does. It really just shits in everything that they've done. They've worked so hard to achieve with that title. And in 6 years, WWE's managed to demeanour it so much, and it just shows what the pressures are on the WWE to be a big guy, because they obviously don't care for anybody that doesn't have huge muscles. And people can argue that guys like Finlay and guys like Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy get pushes and Edge get pushes. These guys worked their fucking arse off to even get a second look in the WWE, so don't give me that. What else have we got? Raw last week was... It was alright, it was nice. I was actually laughing at it because I was quite drunk. But it was me. The opening segment with Booker T and Jerry Lawler had me laughing a wee bit. That was really funny. The Cody Rhodes the Cody Rhodes Randy Orton match was also pretty decent. Randy Orton, he's in a bit of a role just now. He's got the most heat on him since his WrestleMania 21 match with Undertaker. He's not looked such a genuine threat in a long time. So hopefully he'll win the title at SummerSlam. But yeah. Lance Hoyt, he looks like he's on his way from TNA to WWE as well. He's denying it on his MySpace, but he didn't give any indication he's particularly happy in TNA, so I think he'd be open to a moving. He's got the sort of build, he's a big guy, so who knows, he might suit that role. And TNA is catching up in ECW. ECW's dropped to a 1.3. That is a 1.7. A 1.3 it was. That's very dangerously close to TNA Impact. And if Impact overtake ECW, there's going to be huge changes and implications on the WWE product. But yeah, I'm going to have another video very soon, because I've not done many in a week, and I've got a lot to cover.